Today's Health Edge, free heart screenings for student athletes. It is an issue we feel very passionate about here at 7 Action News.
Dr. Stephen Almany from Beaumont is with us now to explain what's coming up this month at Oxford High School. And Doctor, we see these stories all the time. A young person who's apparently healthy, involved in a sport, and then meets a fatal end.
Yeah, and I think we see a lot more, Glenda, now because of the social media. This has been happening for years, but now every time a youngster dies, we hear about it, on your station or the others. This is a program we actually started about 7 years ago, and primarily with assistance of, Channel 7. We've now, with this next screening, we're going to screen our 10,000th kids.
I think it's really interesting, Doctor. I know that a lot of these student athletes have the physical that is provided for them by the district, which is great, but a lot of times you think that that's not comprehensive enough?
Yeah, it's obviously necessary, but most of us joke in my field, no kid dies of a hernia, which is the main concern at a physical. Of the things that people die of, kids, we're talking 9th through 12th graders, most of it is cardiac related. And obviously with the screening we can't pick everything out, but we probably can get 80 to 90% of the items that might kill a kid. So we think it's very important to do it.
And this is specific to the heart. This is a heart screening.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Kids can die for other reasons, but when you hear of a kid dying suddenly in the setting of an athletic event, it usually is cardiac related.
So let's talk a little bit more about the free screenings. To what extent is it more comprehensive than the athletics physical?
Well, one of the reasons this isn't mandatory, in other words, you don't have to have it for high school, is the fact that it's not cost effective. To have these tests would be very expensive. The number of $800 to $1,000 has been thrown out. It's probably true. But when you have support, like of your station and Beaumont Hospital and an all-volunteer staff and philanthropic support, we can do this for about $8 a kid and cost. So it is very cost effective when you look at it that way.
So is there typically something that is missed? I mean, does a child usually have a pre-existing condition?
It's a great question. The big thing we're looking for is what's called the hypertrophic cardiomyopathy, and it exists in about 1 in 500 kids. And what it is the walls of the heart become very thick, and when the kid works hard, works out, the walls hit each other and it decreases flow going out of the heart. So for the most part, with us history, a lot of times it is inherited, and a physical exam by a cardiologist, and an EKG, which is not routinely done, and an ultrasound if we need to, we can usually pick these up.
All right. Okay, Doctor, thank you, Dr. Almany. We appreciate your time.
Thank you for having us.
Okay.